Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome. No, I'm dropping the Dante. It's just Dark Knight now. That's right. When you hear me on WRP, it's just Dark Knight. All right, it's Dark Knight here with my co-host with the co-most, Pat and the Shell. Week 2, training camp. A lot of good things I'm hearing coming out of training camp, especially about our MVP candidate quarterback. Oh, we're going to talk about that and a lot more. My man Quez, you know, my favorite whipping boy, Quez, made a statement that I thought was very interesting. I think we'll discuss that a little bit also. How are you guys doing? How's it going?
Going good. What up,
Fantastic. Fantastic. Happy Thursday. Friday Eve, as I like to call it.
It's the weekend for me.
I know that's right.
Oh, it is? It's the weekend for you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. I'm messing around here, so you guys have to excuse me because I'm going to try to do a simulcast on IG. I'm going to go live. But in the meantime, let's get this show on the road. So you are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us Eagles fans for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So today, Pat is doing. Pat, what are you doing?
I'm not sure. I need to know which one should I do. I'm at the tequila. The wife voted for the new Jack Daniels triple mash. I'm not sure.
What's the triple mash? What's the triple mash?
It's 100 proof. It's a bonded straight whiskey.
We might want to save that for the season. It is your weekend now. It is.
You know what? I'm
so
going.
You
to
don't
Jack
have to work
Daniels
tomorrow. So
I'm going to Jack. I gotta crack the bottle open.
Nice.
I hear that.
Nice.
Yeah, do it.
I'm just doing a little spiked Arnold Palmer here. You know, something light.
And I am on the wagon for good. I'm on the wagon. I've done my 90 days. I feel great. I'm not. I'm healthy, and I'm done. I'm done. I've done it before. This is no. If anybody knows me throughout my life, you know that I've had long stretches of not partaking, and I'm going back to that long stretch. So I'm out. So guys,
but you got
something.
What you got? You got water. You got some.
I got something. Yeah, I got my tonight. I got my I just got coffee.
Oh, that's usually me with the coffee.
Yeah, so I got coffee now. But you know, yeah, I'm gonna always have something to toast. But
so
you know.
I'm going this way. This is pretty doggone good.
All right. Okay. All right. So here we go to our Philadelphia Eagles as we talk about this training camp and down the hatch. You guys let me know what you're drinking out there. 3, 2, 1. You're now listening to the first quarter. All right. Listening to the first quarter here. So first person in the room, let me talk about you guys or bring you guys in. My fourth co-host of the evening, and that's you guys in the chat room. First person in the chat room tonight happens to be our resident from down under, and that's Tony Byrne. What's up? He says, yo, Bird Game, is it footy season yet? It's almost. We almost there. We like almost there. Tony, we're almost there. E Cosmos says, let's go Eagles Nation. That's right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Mel Davis is third in the room. He says 9 days till Eagles football. Nice. I'm even looking forward to that, even though we're not going to see the starters ever again until the start of the regular season. But I'm still excited to be able to see some type of Eagles football, man. Don't get it twisted. Some type of Eagles football is better than no type of Eagles football. So I'll be happy to see the backups playing for spots on the team and all that. I'll be happy to see the Eagles in Eagles green flying around the field. Doesn't matter who's out there. Wilbert Jones. Oh, there go Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Yeah, Mrs. Jones. Is that Mrs. Jones too?
No, she's down further. She's in there. She's on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. That's what's up.
And it's her birthday, Leo lady. Yes, for the Leo ladies.
We missed y'all last week. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, we did. We were calling for you. If you guys watched the replay, we were calling for the Joneses. Where were the Joneses? We're back on the air, and they didn't get the notice. we missed you guys in the off season, but we are happy that you are here with us now. Here we go. BJ's in the house. How does Howie follow the Joe Banner philosophy of under 30 gets no pay? Does he follow that? Under 30? I thought he didn't give people over 30 any money.
He changed it around. He got how he got his philosophy. Under 30, you get paid nothing. I mean,
Oh yeah.
to be honest, if we want to talk about this, if we want to go in and talk about this. Hassan Reddick was coming off a double sack season from the Carolina Panthers, and the contract that was offered to him was a very friendly contract. He accepted it. He didn't have to accept this contract. He's playing under a decent deal for a player that puts up as many sacks as he did. He should be in the top two, as far as money wise. But trust and believe, Howie has something brewing for this young man, who does nothing but go out there and play his heart out for his city and dominates the other side of the line of scrimmage.
That's right. CMD
What we
all
talking about
day.
Hassan?
Hassan,
Mhm,
you know
mhm.
what we're
Yeah,
talking about,
Hassan.
Hassan.
I was over here on the IT trying to see what's going on. I didn't hear. Okay, all right. Yeah, Hassan is he's gross. He is grossly underpaid. I mean, like we know, but he did sign a contract. Like, so it's not like we gagged him or tried to pull a fast one on him. We presented the numbers, and him and his agent said they were good at the time, and he signed it. So but does he deserve more? Is he underpaid? Yes, he's definitely underpaid. We definitely have him for a bargain right now, and I don't think that's going to last for very long. And if they want to establish like any kind of goodwill, they would probably consider a renegotiation. But he hasn't called for, like, I don't think he's outwardly called for an increase in pay. So that's good because then testosterone gets involved there, and you can't let people just come and punk you out your money, like, what I mean, like everybody will try to do it, like everybody try to take your lunch money. If he came out and said, look, pay me now, and they paid him, then everybody in the locker room will be coming
Jason
out
Peters
like,
did it. Jason Peters did it.
Yeah.
He's not Jason Peters,
I know.
okay?
No, he's not
CMD
Jason,
all
yeah.
day, representing Camden across the bridge,
Yeah.
aka East Philly.
Well, he definitely
Oh,
did
it's a
operate.
birthday. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, we gotta say happy
Just now
birthday.
catching on.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday, Mrs. Jones.
to
That's
you.
what's up. And there's another Jones. Lois Jones is in the house. She says 9 and 7:23. We ready. Go Birds. That's what's up.
Got the date of the game.
Mhm.
All right. So I opened up talking about our MVP quarterback, and
Mhm.
I'm hearing great reports from him out of training camp. Ruben, oh no, was it Ruben? Yeah, Ruben
Yeah, it
says
was
he
Rube.
looks better. Rube said he looks better this year than he did at the same time last year. Like, and I don't know how you improve on last year's season, but we all agreed that he's nowhere near his ceiling. So I knew there was going to be some improvement. I didn't know how much. And Rube is confirming that he has come into training camp and he looks better than he did last year. And that's kind of scary. That should be scary for opposing teams with Jalen looking this sharp. Elliott Shore Parks has even gone as far as saying that when he doesn't complete a pass, it's almost a shock. When a pass hits the ground, it's almost a shock. You know what I mean? Like that's high praise for our quarterback, and you want to see that in training camp, him being as sharp as he is. What do you think? What do you have to say about that, Auntie Nichelle? Because Nichelle has known that Jalen was going to be good since he was born. So what do you think about that? What do you think about
Jalen
that?
say, "Hey, Auntie."
Hey, Auntie. I mean, I told y'all so. And Elliot Shore Parks, he all late to the bandwagon. He was one of his main critics that he had a ceiling, that he couldn't get any higher. He was built for this position. And this is the first time he's had a consistent offensive group around him, including coaching, which is key for any quarterback success. And that's all I ever said was if he can stay in the same system season by season and have the same coaching philosophy, the sky's the limit for him. And now his OC was his quarterback coach, who he's known since he was 4 years old. Do you really think anything's going to stop him right now? No. That's what I think. I'm big. I should just wear a shirt. I told you so. Kelly Green, I told you so with the number 1 on the back. Period. I told everybody that all he needed was consistency throughout the season and back-to-back seasons with the same type of coach, with the same type of system,
Mhm.
and look what happened. He went to the Super Bowl. Now, training camp last year training camp was, oh, he can't make it. He can't make it. You got ESP up there talking about, oh, he's hitting his ceiling. I don't think he can be any better. People are still not even ranking him as top 10 quarterback in the league. I hope he lights everybody up. Everybody.
Yeah, you're 100% right. He is. Uh, we said this before. You know, he's a guy who's going to always try to get better in everything he does. He's one of those guys we say, that potential. He's one of the guys that's going to reach the potential. Shoot, from the same reporter, Elliot Shore Parks. I said Sparks. He has this quote saying that you know, Jalen right now through this couple practices has looked as good as the MVP candidate in 27 that we had at quarterback at one point. I'm not going to say his name. Uh, and the same guy is actually tracking his stats. He's like right now as of 2023, he's 48 and 48 completions, 60 attempts, 4 touchdowns, 80% clip. Like, I mean, Nichelle, you were right. Nichelle,
Yes,
you were
he
right.
was.
Listen, I love Jalen. I couldn't say anything bad about him because he's part of the Eagles, and I'm never going to say anything bad about any players who's actively a part of our Philadelphia Eagles. Did I have some doubts about what he can do? It's only because he didn't have the gun, the weapons around him. But now he got the weapons, and man, he makes that offense go.
Does he?
Yes,
Does
he
he? And
does.
Coach Sirianni said he walks into the quarterback room and he feels like he's in a coach's meeting because
Hmm.
the way Jalen is leading through that quarterback room and the comfort level that he has with all his key players, all his receivers, his tight end. You know what I mean? So like you said, Pat, it's scary. It's scary what this unit's gonna do come this
Yeah.
season. And now they got the backs, and I'm sure we'll get into it. The backs are catching
Oh
passes.
man.
It's about to be a wrap. It's about to be a
Oh
total wrap
man.
for these defenses trying to stop us because we coming. We coming.
I think it's safe to say that Jalen is a true triple threat at
Hmm.
this point. With his legs and his arm, and he's smart. That was a big knock on black quarterbacks, right? We weren't smart enough to play. This guy makes the right decision when he runs that RPO, like every single time. So he is definitely, his ceiling is unforeseeable. Like I don't see it right now.
Hmm.
And that's good. That's cool. I'm all right with that. So I expect improvement from last year. And I was one that didn't believe after his second year going into last year. Yeah,
Hmm.
I said I needed to see some things. Well, I've seen them all. And he was fantastic last year. And he's going to be better this year. And I feel that. And I don't know how much better, but I just feel that he's going to be better. And they've already given us reports from training camp that he is looking better already. He's got more chemistry with his receivers now. I'm with you, Pat. Last year, I mean, when we had doubts, it was because he didn't have the weapons around him, right? I was told by OG Wade that he was always this good. He just didn't have the weapons in that second year, and that's why he looked the way he looked. But as soon as he got some weapons that could actually catch the ball,
How
he
about
looked
that?
like the premier quarterback that he is. So I'm happy for him, and I can't wait. And you're right. Everybody should be scared of this Eagles offense because our quarterback got better. That's almost like adding, I don't know. I don't know if it's like adding another player, but he's improved, and
Mhm.
we've upgraded, I think, in the running back position, in the running back room. And I'm hearing reports from Rube also that a lot of passes are going to those in the backfield. So we may be seeing them being more involved
Yeah.
in the passing game. We talked about the lack of screen game last year.
Oh,
And now
man.
if they implement that, oh my goodness. Oh,
Remember,
can you
remember how
imagine?
B West used to light it up? Brian Westbrook, man,
Oh,
listen,
I got a story to tell you about that.
man, listen,
What
man,
is that?
listen.
The Philadelphia Eagles reporter, the team reporter, is always there with the Eagles from night on, from day to night. Dave Spadero said, you look at the Swifty, he sees shades of LaShawn McCoy, Brian Westbrook, how he moves.
Mhm.
How he moves in space, how he catches the ball, how he's so fluent with everything he does. You see, he busted through the hole today for an easy touchdown, but the way he hit the hole was like they haven't seen that in some time. No disrespect to Miles Sanders, because when Miles Sanders was here, he did give you an element. But that quickness, that ability to see where you need to go and hit that hole and take it up instead of bouncing. This get what you can get. That's what we need. We need that because this offensive line is going to do some wonderful things. I heard some good things coming out from Cam Jurgens playing that right guard position next to Kelsey. It's going to help our screen because you got two super athletic guys. That's going to get out there and look. I'm smiling. I'm like cheesing bad. Look at my cheeks ain't going down.
I
Well,
need to
that's
add
good,
something
everybody.
to that too. As we need, this is how bad we need a strong screen game. Well, not so bad, but if you really think about it, as great as our O line is, as
Mhm.
great as they are, I have one pet peeve with them, and sometimes their
Yes.
pass blocking goes MIA.
Yes.
So they do lousy against the pass rush. They could plow the road all day, but sometimes their pass blocking is suspect, and that's usually when we got into a lot of trouble with our O line. So having a screen game can help mitigate some of that when our pass blocking isn't at 100. So
Definitely. Definitely.
All right. Well, we're going to end this first quarter. So, and that's the end of the quarter. All right. That's the end of the first quarter. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Pat is doing the Jack Daniels. He's going to save the good stuff for the season. And Michelle has a spiked lemonade. And I have the good old coffee. I
Arnold
got Java.
Palmer, Arnold Palmer,
Oh,
half and
Arnold
half.
Palmer. Half and half. I'm sorry. The half and half, Arnold Palmer. But you guys let me know what you're drinking out there. And let's toast our Philadelphia Eagles. So down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. You're now listening to the second quarter. All right, let me go to some of the comments out there. We got quite a few people out there. So,
They're on it too. Hey guys.
Tim Matt says Nichelle was right. Yes. Lois says Hertz is a true leader. Bill Kroll is in the house. Bill,
What up, Bill?
we missed you last week, Bill. I talked about you coming on the other program and calling somebody a DH. And I'm not talking about designated hitter either. You can't do that, Bill. Bill was all, he came with like, yo, get that DH out of here. All right, Lo.
Bill's
Gregory
a lawyer.
James.
He ride or die.
Yeah. Gregory James says there's no ceiling for Jalen because he's taking the quarterback position to another level. A lot of people are saying that, man. A lot of people are saying this is the way the NFL's going, and he's going to be the poster child for that.
Mhm.
I think he's better than Lamar. I do think
You
he's
know
better
what?
than Lamar.
He's. I hate to say this right now because Lamar did win the MVP, and he's as dynamic as Michael Vick was at one point, right? He has that. He just has that something. I don't know what it is. It's like that magic, You always look at Joe Montana. Somehow, some way, he always got it done, right? He has that something that makes this offense, especially with the way the offense is played nowadays, it makes it go. It gives you that every time you see them on the field, you know what? I have a feeling that they're gonna have a long drive and score on this down. That's what it makes it feel like. Yes, he's gonna revolutionize how the quarterback play is done. But it's not gonna be different from what we've seen already. It's gonna be more efficient. It's gonna be more of a cerebral game for that running athletic, what they call a running athletic quarterback. He's a quarterback. He ain't none of that. He's a quarterback that's dynamic in every single every single thing of the word dynamic. He can do it all. He can run for you. He can pass for you. and be accurate. He's one of the best deep ball throwers last year. And coming into this year, he's only going to get better. Because I think Quez is going to take it to another level.
Talk about it. I think
Oh,
where Jalen has the edge over
oh,
Lamar is
oh.
football IQ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he has
That's the edge.
he has
Yeah.
That's the edge. It's
football
not his
IQ.
physicality, but his
Mhm.
football IQ on how to manipulate his physicality and
Correct.
his physical attributes to do all three things, whether it's run, pass, get the quarterback keep, that stocky short part of his body that he has, to pump things up. That's where he has the edge over so many quarterbacks, and that's his football IQ. He's not just a
Football
running threat.
IQ and his prowess as a leader. You can't underestimate that. The
That part.
intangibles do come into play when you're talking about leading a team to a championship, which he led us to the championship game. But he's a leader. He's a leader of men, and people want to follow him. And I don't know if every quarterback has that attribute, but we do have
Preach.
that in our quarterback on our team. Let me
Preach.
go to some comments here. John Baptiste says Sirianni on Hurts is just really been his consistency. I think he's operating at a very high level as far as within the offense, just understanding even more so why we do things, how we do things, and he's really like a coach on the field with those things like that. That's what I'm talking about. A true leader of men. Yeah, Drew. He snuck that in, but we're going to get to that right now because that's
throw
that's
the
a pet
graphic
peeve
up.
of mine.
Throw
Yes,
the graphic up.
my
Quez
man
is smelling his
said,
upper lip.
hold on. Wait a minute. What is this nonsense right here? If he's an elite receiver, then I'm a elite receiver. Come on now. Is Quez an elite receiver? If he's an elite receiver, then I'm an elite receiver. Come on. Quez, what are you saying? I know he's probably trying to hype himself up, but my offer does not go anywhere. And not until I see him do anything different. Anybody out there got peanut butter jelly sandwiches? Anybody? Anybody got peanut butter jelly sandwiches? Anybody out there? Because I'll take 2 of them and a glass of cold milk for Quez right now until he proves me wrong. And he is not an elite receiver until we see it on the field. Please, Quez, go somewhere with that. Come on, man. Look at his stats up there. His stats says it all. That is, his stats combined is like a year of A.J. Brown stats. A.J. Brown have more numbers in 1 year than Quez has in 3 years, but he's considering himself an elite receiver. Are you kidding me? Come on, Quez. Come on, man. And I'm not hearing outstanding things from you in camp. There's no reports coming out of camp that's saying that he's lighting it up. Nagata is getting more light than Quez now.
I got some news for you.
What?
Quez is lighting it up in camp. He's catching everything that's coming his way, and
He just
actually
ought
running. He's doing what a receiver is supposed to do: run the complete route. We talked about this last week, Dark Knight, Michelle. We talked about this last week. With your elite speed, there's no way in the world any safety, any linebacker, some of these slot corners should be able to stay with you, because most of the times these slot corners are between 5'9" and 5'10". You're 6 foot, so you should be able to dominate the smaller slot corners. You should be able to dominate the slower the outside linebackers, dominate the slower safeties. You should think that you're an elite receiver. Listen, man, if I ran a 4, well, I did. If I still ran a 4.3, I would say the same doggone thing. But
he has to believe in himself. But you got to put it out on the field, bro. You got, and we believe you have the talent to be elite receiver. I was Team Quez all day. You don't? I think he does. I just don't think he has the.
He's better than Rager. He's better than Rager. Don't.
Yeah, stop playing.
Look,
stop
all
playing.
I know is, and don't get me wrong, I always say this as a disclaimer. I do root for Quez to be all that he can be because it just benefits my team. So I'm not hating on the guy like that, but I'm just saying I have no confidence that he's going to do it. I saw Quez. And this is the litmus test for me on one of those passes that he did not catch. It was coming to him, and they showed it in slow motion. His eyes were so huge, like fear was in his soul, and that sold it for me. Like, you can't have that as an elite receiver. You can't have that fear. His eyes were big as silver dollars, and I'm like, oh no, that's not it. Like, sometimes you just see it. So prove me wrong, Quez. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I will
camp.
take 2 peanut butter sandwiches also.
Drew
without the
has a
jelly.
nice comment here. He shrinks in big moments.
Right.
He shrinks in big moments, and
He does.
we are talking about practice, as Mr. Jones said, but at
Right.
the same time, he needs to translate all these great things he's doing at practice to a game, and there's the disconnect.
Yep. That's right. Oh, JT's in the house. Yo, what's up, JT? Yo, you late.
Yeah,
go to the back of the class. Go to the back of the class. Oh, yeah. Was his birthday last week?
Yeah, it was a couple days ago, I believe. Yep.
Oh, a couple days.
It's Leo season. Y'all better know who our Leo people are. My kings and queens out there.
It's okay, because Scorpios let y'all have y'all thing.
Oh, come on.
All right. Let us talk about this defense. How's the defense looking? Dale Spooner says, I think that's going to be the make it or break it. We got talent, but young on defense. I totally agree with that. I'll let Pat start off speaking to that. I'll jump in a little later.
We are very young at the defensive end. I mean, even though the older guys, you want to call it the core guys, as Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and now you can put Josh Sweat in one of those core older guys. This defense is very, very old. Young. Besides the new corners that's there, Keely Rango is making waves now. He's actually had a great pass defense today against Devontae Smith. Sidney Brown is actually getting some time. Sidney Brown, our third round draft pick, is actually now getting some reps for the first team at safety. Christian Ellis is actually running side by side with Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean did go to the trainer's tent, and they did keep him out for the rest of the practice. I don't think it's anything too serious. It's precautionary things because Eagles have a very good health staff, training staff, so they just kept him out for the rest of the practice. And the thing that we're looking at our 2 top first round draft picks, Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. What are they doing in practice? Well, you heard the accolades that Nolan Smith is getting right now about how fast he is around the end, how he can get to the quarterback, how his speed and his power is there with on par with Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. And he could play on this level. Yes, he can play on this level. But I want to talk about Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, from what I'm hearing, has violent hands. He has some very dangerous hands that is making these offensive linemen understand why he should have been the top overall draft pick this past season. Listen, Jason Kelsey said, "Look, I want to see how he is, how he's in the trenches." After that first practice with the pass on, he said the guy got violent hands.
Poles. He got poles.
He
got poles.
With that rotation, that defensive front rotation that we're going to have, and we don't even mention Milton Williams, right? We don't even mention Marlon Tulupupu. I can't say his last name, right? I still can't say his last name. But like these guys in this rotation and with this defense can only go get better. The sky's the limit. Like we had 70 sacks last year, but we had a problem stopping the run. We got these guys that not only are good at stopping the run, but getting at the quarterback. I can only see good things as long as we stay healthy. That's a key ingredient, the health of the team.
Yep.
All right. John Petit says, anyone seen, and you just spoke about that, has anyone seen Milton Williams though? That MF looks like the juggernaut. I think he's so slept on. I think so too. I've always liked Milton Williams from his rookie year, and he's gotten better every year. And he was a major contributor last year. That we had some bigger names that were making a little bit more noise, and they got the attention.
Yeah, success.
Don't sleep on Milton. And I think he's going to improve and make some more noise this year with more snaps. So
my take on the defense. Digit.
Yeah, he may even make it in double digits. We had 5 of them last year. And if this guy is aggressive like he claims to be, maybe we'll have even more sacks than last year. I agree, though, that we have some young talent on defense, and it's all going to be dependent upon how fast these guys progress uh, with in terms of how good this defense can be. If they are on an accelerated program, then the league needs to be on notice. And from what I'm hearing from Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in training camp, these guys may be a little ahead of the program here, and that bodes well for our defense, man. I can't wait to see these guys. I don't expect them to come out the gate hot. If they do, then the rest of the league's in trouble. But I think by the end of the season, though, they should be on the same page and have hit that college wall that most rookies hit and gotten past that. I think that good things are ahead for this defense. But they are the biggest question mark I have on this team is the defense because of the defensive coordinator also, along with the young guys. I don't know how this defense is going to look. So the offense, though, is powerful enough to carry us for the first half of the season. They are that dynamic that I think that they can carry us for the first half of the season until these guys are on the same page and are performing at an elite level. What do you say about the defense, Nichelle?
I'm curious about Jordan Davis and his progression because I think he's going to be key as well for us to have this elite defense. I know he got in better shape, but that's what I'm curious about. But to be honest with you, Dante, it's really for me. I have curiosity about the players, but I have faith in every player on that roster on defense pretty much. What I don't have faith on is the new DC. It's an unknown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's an unknown. It's an unknown. Last year, we had our issues with our DC, but I really think the players' talent carried the coach. You see that at the Little League level where talent can carry the coach through.
We saw last year. Shoot, we saw with Jonathan Gannon that talent carried.
I wasn't trying to say his name.
Listen, man, that whole season last year was on talent alone.
Right. And look what they achieved on talent alone. If we had a coach that knew how to get them in the positions that they needed to be, we might have blew last year's stats out the water. And we had great stats. We had some record-breaking stats, but that was on talent alone. But we can't rest on our laurels if we want to get back to the Super Bowl. We have to have another record-breaking year for our defense because defense wins championships, period.
I wish I had to
boom, 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 boom. Your guy, Pat, that you singled out or said keep an eye on the training camp is having a nice training camp. Christian Ellis. He he is pushing hard for that other starting linebacker position. So that's an interesting battle to keep an eye on. He's flying around and he's got size. They said he has size. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's 6'3", about 240. I mean, he was a special teamer. Like, just like some of these guys. Like, the first time I ever saw Jeremiah Trout, I went to a Eagles preseason game. As he walked out on the field, I said, why is he not starting? This is when they had the smaller linebackers. And, best behold, he ended up being the starter. Like, this guy has that size to be the secondary to the Batman. He could be the Robin to the Batman because right now Dean is the Batman, right? So he could be the Robin and be efficient and play his part better than our linebackers that we had last year. Because the only thing we were missing out of Kazir was his ability to strike at the line of scrimmage. Besides that, he had the physical tools of the speed, but he didn't have the gift of the power. He didn't have the power whatsoever. So he was always making tackles 3 yards, 5 yards downfield. This kid can make a tackle. He could blow up a guard. They talked about how our running backs, which I wanted to talk about later, our running backs may not be able to block our linebackers. And that's something that we was worried about. What can our linebackers really do? Right now, they're unstoppable when they pass rush right now at this particular point in training camp.
When they pass rush, but we had, like you said, we had some holes. People was running all over us. We had tire tracks on our back last year.
Yeah.
As great as those numbers were that they put up, people knew they could run on us. And that's that will tell me how improved the defense is this year. Is how they stopped the run in the first 6 to 7 games.
Yeah.
Well, that's a key point. Did we stop the
Speed on
second quarter?
defense.
Did we in the second quarter?
Not
Nah, we
yet.
probably like
Okay.
3/4 in by now. Who knows?
It was 2 penalties, so we went into a little overtime before halftime.
All right. So let's end the second quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, that's the end of the second quarter. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us fans for us fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we're very excited. Our Philadelphia Eagles are back in training camp. Yes, the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles are back in their quest, and I call this season unfinished business, to redeem ourselves from the Super Bowl loss we suffered in February. So, here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So Pat is doing the Jack Daniels, Michelle is doing a Arnold Palmer, and I am doing the coffee, and Dion is in the house. Finally, here he is. Yada, yada, yada. I'm here for the shots. Sorry I'm late. Dion, you go back in the back of the room with JT. You both are designated to the back of the room because you guys are late. And put the dunce caps on, too, while you're sitting back there. You don't come in late. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, they popping up in the chat room. Here's Danny. This is a
lit.
good one. Who got them Kelly Green jerseys already? You watching the mail? You ordered yours already, Danny? You ordered it, huh? Wow, I gotta get me one. I need one of those.
You can order them online. I didn't understand that whole standing
why would
outside.
You stand
It did crash the website though.
It's called marketing 101.
Yeah, it's like why would you you can order the pro shop has a website, y'all.
It's
I know, like, why, I didn't get it.
You give the people what they want, right?
Yeah.
And you make it a release because they did it all July. All July they teased at the jersey. So you
3 hours in this heat. It was too hot to be doing
people
that.
was out there at 4:00 in the morning.
They was out there 4:00 in the morning, yo. I thought they was selling iPads or something. They were iPhone lines out there. All right. Muscle Hamster Sydney will be in that box stuffing the run. Call it. Oh, speaking of that, they said this guy has a chance too. Here it is. Nick Sirianni did confirm that Kayvon Wallace is in the mix. Wow, for a starting spot. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, is that something? Like we've been waiting for him to emerge as a player, right? We've been waiting like 2-3 years now, right?
Yeah,
and now he finally said he's in the mix.
Yep.
I wonder how good he's performing.
Well, the Kobe Dean also has mic duties now, and I hear that's funny at camp because he has that hard Southern Mississippi drawl. And now he out there.
You just say it like that, really?
That
Mississippi drawl.
That Mississippi drawl in my crooked letter.
Yeah, look at Tony. Tony said 3 a.m. Monday. He's
like, I do that in my sleep.
Yeah. Oh, Danny got 2 of them coming too. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
And JT said I ordered mine Kelly Green, brown, and a Reddick. A brown and a Reddick. I got a Reddick midnight green. I think I do like brown.
They have the B Dalt Kelly Green too, and I was like, ooh,
wow,
well, that's the original. Like that's the original. Like I got a Randall. You know, I got a Randall.
Yeah, we have a white and Kelly Green Randall. My son does that I got for like a Christmas gift, but I kind of like that B Dalt Kelly Green too.
And I hear you. I understand how excited it can be to go back to those Kelly Greens, but you know what? We are more successful in the midnight green, like Ike Reese said.
You're right.
We were successful in the midnight green. It put fear in teams' faces when they saw us coming there in that stadium, especially in the link in the early. Like at the end of the veteran stadium days when it was McNabb, it was Trotter, it was Dawkins, it was B. West, it was Trey Thomas, it was John Runyon, it was Honey Buns or Jamal Jackson,
Hugh Douglas.
Hugh Douglas too, and Hollis Thomas.
Okay, Hollis too. Hey homies.
You had these guys that you know, in the midnight green meant something to some of these players. Like I love the Kelly Green. Don't get me wrong. I'm an Eagles fan, but that midnight green when they changed the jerseys to midnight green, like I felt that. I said, "This is Philly. We're dark sometimes. We got to go out there and change our persona. We can't be all jolly all the time." The Kelly Green was jolly.
I think it has, and it's a generational gap. Let's be clear. For everyone of us over
Uh-huh.
45, we came up on the Kelly Green.
I
You know what
know.
I mean? So we watched all
Some of the
that
hardest seasons of our
game.
life.
Yeah, it was, but it had swag to it, that Kelly Green, and
It
we're only
did.
wearing it for
No,
2 weeks.
there was one of the most legendary defenses in that Kelly Green too. That
Don't
92 defense. Don't get
listen.
it twisted.
Yeah, don't get it
That
twisted. Don't
defense of
disrespect
that
Reggie
year
White.
is in the top 10 all-time defenses. Believe that. Yes.
I'm never gonna
Top 10.
disrespect the defense because I love the defensive coordinator. I love the players: Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Dirty Waters, Eric Allen, Mark McMillan. I love those type of players these are players I grew up on. So I played Little League football with the Hawks. Our jerseys, our uniforms were modeled after the Philadelphia Eagles. So don't get me wrong. That's I grew up on it. I love those jerseys, but Dark Knight, Michelle, when
I
they
got it. I
changed
get it.
that,
I
yes,
got it. The midnight green
Two
has
weeks. It's just for 2
is
weeks. We only wear it for two
yeah.
games.
I get it. It's a great throwback.
midnight
It's a great
green
throwback.
is
We should
Yeah.
always
the
have it.
jersey or is the jersey of the most successful era of Eagles football.
Because I like the
I
black
get it.
personally. That's just me. I want black
Yeah, I do.
helmets.
Yes.
I just want.
Yeah.
I want the matte
all
black helmets
black.
though.
Yes. Yes.
But about Kelly
Yes.
Green, I can hold you up, Dark Knight. You're right. Yes, I might be talking my younger spirit might be talking a little bit, but you know what? Nostalgia of having that era and this type of football, wearing those jerseys and just seeing it again, it kind of brings a tear to your eyes. So I can understand some of these people outside waiting for these jerseys because you can't get those jerseys in these new players, right?
It took us back. It took us back.
it
It took us
definitely
back
did.
Yeah,
the 70s and the 80s when we had the
Heemy's
Rams.
out in the house. I'm sorry.
I know, right? He I was like, where's
Heemy's
he
in
been?
the house. What's up?
Everybody
Heemy,
got
you
new
late too.
profile
Why
pictures.
everybody? Y'all late? What y'all doing coming late to the show? Heemy, you got to go back there with JT and Dion now. Oh my God. Yo, Dennis Holmes, he was our special guest host when you guys were off, when you guys were on vacation. He came in and sat in with me. Did a good job, man.
You taking shots?
Yeah. Did he? I don't know. I don't think we did shots. Drew Johnson says, yeah, I grew up with Kelly Green smacking people around. I thought the midnight green was too soft. Sometimes couldn't tell if it was blue or green.
Sometimes men are
just got off
colorblind.
work. Bill Crow says, I bought a white D-Jack jersey and he didn't really play his last year here. Yeah, he didn't. But it's still nostalgic. I mean, it's still legendary.
I got a question for you two, real quick. I know it's off a topic, but you bring D-Jack up, right? We need somebody to be at special teams. Just somebody to catch punts and catch.
It's not on
Yep.
top.
Yes. Bring him. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Show
Yes. You ain't gonna get the question out.
Listen,
yes. Bring him.
You're not playing offense. You're not doing anything else. All you're doing is catching punts.
That's all.
Catching kick returns. That's all
Catch
you're
and
doing.
run. Catch and run.
Yeah.
And don't drop the ball.
That's not.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right. Tony Burns says, all right, hey, on the important business. When we doing the fantasy draft? Oh, I just saw advertisement. I'm gonna get this trophy. Oh, this trophy we're not giving it out. It's just to be held, and we'll put your name on it because it has spots for every champion every year.
So you're going to backtrack and put my name on it from?
Yeah, we're going to go back and
right?
put your name on it. Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to do that?
But
it's a beautiful trophy, man. And you're right. We got to get ready for that fantasy draft. And I didn't have a good year last year. I don't even think I made the playoffs.
Did I was in the bottom playoffs.
Thank you, Dion.
Yeah. All right. So best supporting host Oscar goes to Pat Sandler for his emotional tirade on Kelly versus Midnight. Powerful performance.
We got jokes. Oh, that's
JT, you wasn't. JT, weren't you in last year? You was in last year, weren't you? You didn't
Nah, he
make it.
wasn't. Not last year. Not last year. He wasn't then. He didn't make it. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you guys get ready though. When we post when I announce that we're taking, because this first come first serve. So it's like you got to be like on the group site to post your name and say that you're available. So I'll
Mhm.
figure it out
We
really
might have to
soon,
do
Joe.
two leagues, man. We might have to do 2 leagues. I'm thinking about opening up the one on ESPN. Because we
Okay.
already have the one for NFL Network, but I think about opening up the one for ESPN. It gives you more. I mean, Yahoo. It gives you more flexibility.
Oh no, Tony. We're
We're
not
not
giving
mailing
out
it.
the trophy. It's just going to stay in Eagles Talk headquarters, and we'll just put you on the trophy and all that. But it's a beautiful
We
trophy. But no, I can't send. I don't.
we
It's
we're
not in the
sending you a
budget to
small
send those
parting
out.
gift. Say
Yeah.
congratulations.
Nope. He said nope. What's up, Eagles Talk? What's up, Anthony Johns? What's going on? And for those who are on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe and like button.
And
So
share.
yeah, we need that. And then share this on YouTube to your friends if you like the show. And I know you like the show because we're on it. All right, Glenn D. Lee, y'all going to practice on Sunday.
Should
Hey,
we?
you know what?
We practice
Dang,
this
should we?
Sunday. I'm not going because I have an event to do, so I'll be working.
I didn't even know. I didn't think about it. I might go. Stephen House says send that man a postcard with the picture of the trophy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's how
What
we
time
gonna
is
do it. We're gonna
practice
post it.
Sunday?
He said in the cubicle, not cubicle. Who's the guy that played Rowdy in the first Iron Man? It's hard out here for a
Oh,
pimp. What's his name?
yeah.
Oh,
You talking about Terrence?
Terrence Howard. Hey
Terrence
man,
Yeah.
Howard.
send that man a postcard with the picture of the trophy.
I'm about to get one soon, but I'm excited to dust off my prized possession, which is my vintage late 80s starter jacket, and I'm late.
Okay.
Oh, he's late, but he's here. All right, okay. So
You know what? I might go now. You know what, babe? We might go. I think my event is later on. I think I can make the practice.
What time's your event?
I don't know. I didn't look
what
at my
time's the
calendar.
practice?
I don't think you're going to make it. Is your event later in the day?
I'm about to check right now.
Because the Eagles practice
At
is,
night?
yeah, it's at 7 o'clock.
No, we can't do a night practice. We got to do a morning practice. We got to do an early day practice.
No, sweetie. It's
Practice
no.
at 7 p.m. Glenn,
Yeah,
you going? Fi?
it's at
Um,
7.
Steve said, "Yeah, he a Tennessee boy. That's
yeah,
where
I'm
they
a
get the
tennis.
name
Okay,
from."
so he's not gonna make that. So Cam Jurgens, getting back to the Cam,
Yes.
it looks like he has solidified that right guard position unless he gets hurt. He's taken every snap with the first team. They don't even rotate Steen in. So that's a great indication that they have given that job to him. And unless he gets hurt, he's going to be that starting right guard. Now, I haven't heard how great he's been or how good he's been doing at that position, but they haven't even rotated him out. So they're giving him all the snaps in preparation for
Yep.
him to be the right guard, starting right guard. So I think that question is answered already. So we have a starting offensive line lineup of Mulata, left guard, left tackle, and Landon Dickerson, our
London.
left guard,
Mm-hmm.
and Kelsey, our center, and
Mm-hmm.
Jurgens, our right guard, and Lane
Right.
Johnson's going to be our right tackle. So that line right there is still formidable and still probably the best offensive line in the league. And that's great,
Period.
man, because everything starts with down in the trenches. So having that line come back and they're very familiar with one another, and then adding an extra weapon with Swift and Penny
Yeah.
and Gainwell. Man, I can't wait to see this offense and an improved Jalen Hurts over last year. They said he's threading the needle, man. I put the graphic up there. They said if the ball hits the ground, it's a surprise. Everybody's mouth drops open. If the ball hits the ground, if he has an incomplete pass, everybody's going, woo, woo. That's how sharp he has been. 80% completion rate in practice. And we're going up against the number 2 defense from last year.
Period.
I think it was the number 1 passing defense last year,
It
if I'm not
was.
mistaken.
It was.
So they're
It
going
was.
up against the number
The
1
best.
passing defense last year, and he's killing them. I
Yeah.
can't get past this. That, and I always say it, and I sound like a broken record. I know I do, but I think this is why this team is so good. Not only do we have the talent on the roster, but this talent is going up against one another. They said the battles that Bradbury and AJ Brown are having are epic. So AJ Brown
Yep.
gets to go up against a great D back such as Bradbury. Bradbury gets to go up against a great wide receiver such as AJ, and that can't help but get your game tighter and sharper and make you better. So when
Mhm.
you face those other teams that don't have an AJ Brown, you know what I'm saying, or you face those other teams that don't have a Bradbury, how much better are you going to do? I think that was a key to us just dominating last year because we dominated last year.
Well, Rube
We
did
dominated.
mention that Jalen threaded the needle to AJ Brown on Bradbury, where Bradbury had excellent coverage, was blanketing
Mhm.
AJ Brown, but the way Jalen threw the ball, only AJ Brown could catch it.
I have a problem right now. I'm sorry. I can appreciate Nichelle's commentary on Jalen Hurts. I can appreciate Dark Knights talking about Jalen Hurts and how spectacular this offense can pick up where it is. I see a comment there. It is perplexing to me,
What's
and
that?
I'm looking at this not comment. I'm gonna put it up for you, Dark Knight. Okay, I don't know if you
All
see
right.
it here. It said Lane has had problems with Parsons. Just saying, he's been off against Dallas.
Ooh.
What? How has it
I,
been off?
I,
He hasn't allowed a sack.
I got this, Dark Knight. I got this.
All right.
I got this.
Take it away, Pat.
I got this. First and foremost, let's be honest. All right, he hasn't allowed a pressure or a sack in damn near 2 years. Against Dallas, he completely shut down Parsons. Completely, and I like Parsons. He's a Penn State guy. But he completely shut him down. It was only when Lane got injured was there any type of pressure against any quarterbacks from Philadelphia.
Great.
Period. Since he's been in the league, since Parsons been in the league, the only pressure has come against Lane when Lane Johnson is not there. Now, Jordan Mailata might have had a few issues here and there, and I've seen the tape. Jordan
He
Mailata
has.
did have a few issues with Parsons, but when it comes to Lane Johnson has no issues against Micah. I was about to call him something else. He
Yeah.
has no issues against him whatsoever. And you know what? This year is going to be a whole different story when it comes to that defense against this offense. All right, we owe them something. We owe them something severely.
We
All right.
always owe them something. And we owe San Fran something too.
Oh
And
yeah, we're going to get into
and
that
they
in the
get
fourth
hurt
quarter.
against Parsons. You didn't get hurt against
Let's
Parsons.
end this
You got-
third quarter, and then we can talk about.
That's the end of the quarter.
All right, so that's the end of the third quarter. You watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us Eagles fans, for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots or half and half, or
It's
Arnold
whatever
Palmer's or whatever.
beverage. We enjoy a
Whatever
beverage.
beverage you want. We enjoy our beverages here on Eagles Talk. So we're going to salute our Philadelphia Eagles. We're so excited that they're back in training camp, and we're optimistically
is
looking
back.
forward to this upcoming season. So to our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the
Fourth quarter coming up. Hey, look, I'm.
I hit the wrong button, but it was right. I tell you,
They sound
man.
like a crazy animal. He sound like, but look, we got. I'm looking forward to this explosive offense, and what has given me even more optimism is the fact that they're throwing the ball to the running backs
Yes.
out of the backfield, right? And not just because the screen game seems to be coming, but it's telling me that they have added some wrinkles to this offense, right? They're not standing pat on what happened last year. They've added some more plays and some more play designs, and I'm happy to hear that, because we do have very talented players on offense, and you don't want to get stagnant or stale, right? So that's what excites me the most about hearing them throwing the ball a lot more to the backs out the backfield. Tells me that they have some new wrinkles in this offense, and we're not just sitting pat on what happened last year, the RPOs, and we got to get fresh. We got to keep it fresh because those defensive coordinators have a whole year of film on this offense. So they're going to be ready. I was on the other show with former Eagle player Marcus Thomas, I believe his name was Marcus Thomas, and he said that opposing defensive coordinators may take the approach of, especially on the RPOs, of just hitting Jalen. Just hit the quarterback. I don't care if he hands it off or not. Take the free shot, because that's an opportunity for you to do that. So if that is the case, we're going to have to do things a little different to keep him out of harm's way. We're going to have to mix it up. We're going to have to keep the opposing defense on their toes and not knowing what to expect. And I see them coming out of RPOs a little bit more, especially if you want the screen game to work, right? Because the screen game doesn't work with the RPO because you freeze the defensive end, and you want to invite those guys in on the screen. So you can't run the RPO and be effective with the running back screen game. So we can use those new wrinkles, because I would like Jalen Hurts to finish the season. Come on, think about it. He was 14-1, and had he not got hurt, he might have been 16-1. It's a good chance he could have been 16-1 had he not got hurt. So the more time he spends on the field, the better it bodes for us as a team. What do you guys think?
I'm curious about we got a shitload of running backs right now. We just do. You know what I mean? So how are we shaking out this running back tree? You got people that are Team Swift. I'm still Team Kenny Gainwell, Kenny G.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good? He's proven time and time again he could be clutch man. So how are we gonna shake this tree out with all these running backs? That's what I'm curious about. That'll be the tell for the new OC and the running backs coach on how he works it out with this core.
It's gonna be something different. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm used to football back in the day. You had 3 running backs, you had a fullback, right? So you had your 3 tight ends, you had your 3 quarterbacks, you had your linemen. You didn't have a lot of linemen at that particular time. You had 5 starters, you had 2 rotational guys, so you had a total of 7 linemen. Right now, we're going to this almost 9 linemen assertion where you have 5 linemen starting, you have 2 rotationals, and you have 2 others that's extra that's normally deactivated during the game. I'm looking at this running back by committee. These guys, we have the opportunity to change the game in a way. Whereas though we're not the Baltimore Ravens, where the Baltimore Ravens depended on the running backs and the running game, but we have a stable running backs that can formulate a facade for our passing game, I should say, right? Because it's all window dressing. When, as a defensive player, when you see the quarterback doing this read option, all this stuff, it's always window dressing for what's going to happen behind you, for the wide receivers, for the tight ends, for the slip plays. All that RPO action is all of that. And that's how we defeated. That's how we defeated most of our teams this season, because of that little facade that we gave, the mirage. That the ball is going this direction, but actually it's going that direction. So I mean, it's going to be a good preseason for all these running backs. I think the only running back that's not going to get significant time is Swifty.
Really?
I honestly think he's not going.
A lot of people are bullish on Swifty, but James brings up a good comment.
I think he's our number 1 running back right now.
Can these mofos block though? Because if
that's
you can't block,
so that's what I want to see.
I want to see you block. Your running back our running backs block. I don't know if they got the memo, especially the new ones coming in. You better be able to block.
The crazy thing, that's what's coming out of practice right now. Out of practice, like, these guys are athletic. They can catch out the backfield. They're quick with the ball, with their reads, but they can't block. Like I said, in our first quarter, our linebackers, especially when it came to Morrow, when it came to Ellis, and the Kobe Dean, was bullish over our running backs. So, I mean, that's going to be something where training camp, you have to practice. You have to practice that practice in, practice out. Like when you
Mhm.
stay there after practice, your base. Brian Westbrook should be a running backs coach right now because for a little, I hate to say smaller running back, but for a smaller running back, he was one of the most efficient pass blockers the Eagles ever had at that position.
That's right.
He
That's right.
learned you got to defend your quarterback at
Mhm.
all costs. That means
Mhm.
throwing your body out there. That means getting your base together, taking on the blitzing linebacker, or taking it to the blitzing linebacker.
Mhm.
Right? Sometimes you can't just sit there and let the blitzing linebacker destroy you, or that blitz defensive end destroy you. You got to take it to him sometimes. And those are all things you work on at this particular point of training camp. It's only been 5 practices total, right? We only
Mhm.
have 5 total practice, and what 3 of them has been 2 of them have been padded. So these guys, these running backs have to learn how to freaking pass block. You learn how to do that, you will be a starter in this league for a long time.
They're hilarious. Zemethian Watson, pork chop extra gravy.
Yeah, pork chop extra.
Y'all are
Yes, they are.
funny.
Let me go to the comments because they are having a ball out here. So, Dak. I mean, they're talking about Dak because Dak teammates told him to
You
shut
could
his
throw
bitch
like
ass.
What happened?
he threw
Oh,
like
give me
7
the tea. Give me
interceptions
the
already in
tea.
practice.
Give
Let's
me
be
the
honest.
tea.
I mean,
The
They
he threw
said,
Cowboys having
"Oh,
practice
yeah.
problems.
they was practicing and after a play they were going back to the huddle and Dak, who was it? It was a D back. Trevor
Diggs,
Diggs told
Trayvon
Zach to
Diggs.
shut his bitch ass up. That's exactly what he said. That's
Oh,
what he said, not me. That's what
oh,
he said. But
oh,
he told him to shut his bitch ass up.
oh.
So that's what Bill Cole's talking about. And yes, Dak's teammates talking shit on him is awesome. Yeah. Isaac Ware says, bold prediction, we will be the last undefeated team again this year. I can't pronounce his name. Zemathian says 2
Zemethian.
running backs in the backfield and Jalen pick your poison. Drew
Mhm.
Johnson is Team Penny. I like
You
Penny.
like
When
Rashad
we
Penny too?
signed him, I thought we were okay with him. But Howie
Mhm.
went out and went and got Swifty. I thought we were going to be okay with Penny and Gainwell because, as I said last year, we unleashed a new package for Gainwell in the playoffs, and I was just looking forward to him getting more touches this year. So I think he's
Yeah.
still going to be a big part of this offense, and we have to see. But we have like 3 quality running backs back there that can do a lot. James Edgewill says it doesn't matter who the running back is. My question is, would they be? Can they block? I
Period.
heard
That's
that.
what I
I did
brought
see
up.
that.
Period. Can they block?
Um, Tony Burns says that running back committee is going to be fired if they can stay fit. Lois says, remember, back in the day, we had 3 running backs. Keep them on their toes. History repeats itself. Yes. And that's the team pork chop with extra gravy comment right there. Gregory James says Swift and the screen game is going to be lethal. Yes, it is. Glenn says Swift will be lit in this offense. He ran all over us last year, and they said he's doing much of the same in training camp right now. So
Okay.
that's great to
Okay.
hear. That's
Yeah.
I'll
why I
take
was
all of
excited
it.
to get this guy. Yeah, I'll take all of it. He is horrible, bro.
He said,
um,
he says horrible, bro.
all those running backs.
Yo, this preseason
Bell
game is
says
on
all
right
those
now,
running
yo.
backs. There's still a lack of depth at tight end. Something got to get. No,
No,
no.
no, we
They said
don't.
the tight end room is solid, yo. They said they're doing very well. They're
So we're
doing very well.
very bullish on Tyree Jackson. We talked about Tyree Jackson 2 years ago because he at 6'7", a former quarterback at 6'7", he was really making waves at training camp because nobody could guard him because of his height. He was getting
Mhm.
everything. Then he broke his back during preseason. Remember that, right? Going up for a pass,
He did.
caught it,
He did.
came down, broke his back. Then when he came back, the lone touchdown he had after that, he tore his ACL. I mean,
He's
Mm.
yes,
injury
some
prone,
some
unfortunately.
misfortune, injury prone. Gotta get that out your head. And I hope he does because right now they're saying good things about him. They're saying
Who
he
is singing the anthem that everybody's talking about? They're
Demarcus
butchering.
Ware.
Oh, he's singing
Why?
the anthem. Why?
He's getting in the Hall of Fame and he wanted to do
Oh,
something crazy.
Why?
They let those guys do
They
stuff.
used to let people do anything during preseason, don't they? They have.
You know what?
yeah.
I'm gonna put my name in to sing the anthem next year.
I said, yeah, listen, you should. I think you and Dante should do a duo, a duet.
Yes, I got it.
Dante's
Oh, you
Dante's.
say, can you see?
But you know what? I look forward to our preseason game because I want to see what Trey Sermon, our fourth string running back, can do. Because he might be a guy. He might make the roster because we might end up having 4 to 5 running backs, which is
Yeah,
crazy. It's
yeah.
We
crazy
should
to
go
think
down to
about.
Baltimore. What y'all doing the Baltimore game?
I'll be out
That's
of
the
town. I think.
preseason game,
Why
right?
are you always going somewhere?
I was the Grand Poobah at
Yeah,
one point, so the Grand Poobah got still travel.
Grand Poobah. When's that? When is that Baltimore game?
It's close to my birthday.
I
Is it
think
not
that
near the 25th? Is it?
I'll be just coming back into town August 25th.
It is August 25th.
No, it's actually August 12th. It's next,
It's
Oh, it's
Saturday.
next week.
not this
Okay.
Sunday, but the following Saturday. So not this Saturday, the following Saturday. 1 week from
I'll
2
be
days from
DJing.
now.
I'll be at a cookout.
Hold on, isn't that down? Is that down JT's way? Oh
Yes,
no,
in
JT is near
No,
Washington. I thought
yeah, he's in
JT is in
JT's
Washington.
in
Yeah, he's
DC.
Oh, yeah.
but this is in
Oh,
Baltimore.
JT got some tickets for that. I mean, he got he sent me a post. I haven't sent it out to you guys yet, but tickets for that Commanders Eagles game. We might want to go down there, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Some nice prices too.
No, it's in Baltimore.
They're changing their name back too. Just let y'all know.
To what? The Redskins?
Yep.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They cannot get the copyright because somebody owns all the copyrights for every single name they were looking for. Somebody owns the copyright for the Commanders, and they have to.
They're not going
a
back to
hefty-
the. They can't go
paying-
back to the derogatory name.
They're
Pat.
paying a hefty fine each year. You can listen to what the new owner said. They're paying a hefty fine each year to somebody that was smart enough to say, well, you know what? Let me trademark all these names before they could, right? And they got to pay
Right.
this guy all this money just to use the rights for the name. They don't own the rights of the name. So the merchandise, all the things that they do for selling of Commanders, a percentage has to go to this guy. They're tired of it. Dark Knight, you'll be
But
tired
here's
of
the
it.
thing: they can
Yeah,
afford
but they
it.
can't go back.
They can
Yeah, they
afford
can't
it.
afford it.
They
No,
can
they can't.
afford it.
Not
They
at
just
six-
don't want to pay it.
They $6 billion in the hole right now. What are you talking about?
They're paying the man $6 billion.
No, they just paid $6 billion
No.
for the team.
For the team.
They got to make
Listen.
a profit.
When it comes
They're
to,
going to make a
to
profit.
owning any sports teams, most people don't own them. They're not always profitable. Period. They make a lot of
Yeah.
money, but in terms of dollars and cents actually being profitable for people that play big with that kind of money,
Uh-huh.
some of that is a write-off because remember, the NFL is a nonprofit.
The NFL is a nonprofit. Yes, not the actual.
I know,
Team.
but they
Franchise.
could write off any things they gotta pay to the NFL to be a part of it.
Correct, but not the likeness of the name and the team.
Yeah, they
But-
got
They're paying.
I don't care. I don't really care about the condos or
Yeah, I don't care about
condoms or
condoms.
whatever. But they're not going back to the other name. That's just not happening. I know that's not happening.
Hey, Drew, that was genius, Drew. I ain't gonna lie to
That
you.
guy was genius,
that
yeah.
is that he is right now. He probably had $12 in his name. He said, "Let me go copyright it. It costs $1,200 to do 4 names. Let me do 4 names: Commanders, Red Hawks, because he did Red Hawks. He did all these names that everybody was thinking about. You put them up there.
All right, let me wish Richard Layton. He was 18th wedding anniversary on that August 12th game.
Cheers,
Congratulations.
Anniversary.
Cheers. That guy was a genius. Dion says, wait a minute, a business class just broke out.
I'm sorry, my Red Tails, the Red Hawks.
Oh, Christopher
all
Burton
that.
is here, and you super late, Chris. You are super
He's
late.
very in the back.
Matter
He's
of
not even
fact-
in the class. He's in the hallway.
No, you're not even
he
in
doesn't
class.
even
This,
get in the back of the class.
yes, this is in college.
got
They
the old
lock the
logo
door.
on.
You can't even come in this late at the class. They lock the door. You won't even be able to get in. You're lucky. All right, look, we're gonna wrap it up, man. This is
one
it.
more question before you close from
What?
Mel Davis. You saw that one?
No, what? Okay, my bad. What?
He said,
I'm sorry.
"Let me put it up
Oh,
there."
bring running back. What do you see as the hierarchy, Pat? What about Boston?
So
I
this
just want
is
to talk some more.
I do. I be watching your show, and I hate to say the other show, and y'all be going like almost 2 hours. I'm like, dang.
You smell 'em, right? They make me tired.
I'm like,
Yeah,
man, I
It
want to
make
get on
me
that show.
tired.
I know they do.
And I know you was on the show. You was on one time when he had like 3 hours.
I did one of them 2-hour joints. I was like,
I would
"Ooh,
love.
I can't do
If I'm
this.
drinking, listen.
That
we
was
can do
getting
this
like,
show for 5
ooh.
hours.
I was
But you know what?
hungry."
I will be honest with you. This is why I think the running back room is going to be. And I'm going to close off with this, and we can go in the show if we want to. So I'm thinking the running back room is going to be Swifty, Boston Scott, of course, because you know he just kills the Giants.
But that's all he kills. We can just put him on the shelf until the Giants game. He don't have to be on the
Fine.
spot.
Of course.
Fine.
Penny. Penny, y'all don't realize when Penny's healthy, he's one of the most dynamic running backs in the NFL when healthy. Kenny Gainwell, he's definitely making the team. There's no questions about he's going to be there, especially what he did in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. Picking up the slack for Miles Sanders because Miles Sanders didn't do shit. Excuse my language. He didn't do nothing. I think we're going to cut Kennedy Brooks, Trey Sherman. He may make the initial 53-man roster. Then he may get cut and moved to the practice squad. It all hinders on what. Yes, I said 5 running backs. That's crazy, right? 5 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
They're not keeping 5.
They're not keeping 5. No.
But they're going to try to stash Trey Sermon on
the 4 is what we know. We know what the 4 is. Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell, Penny, and Swift. That's the 4. That's our running backs.
The next game is home. Is August 17th. It's a Thursday night.
I'll be ready to go to Tampa Bay where leprosy is breaking out. I'm gonna go there no more.
Not going.
We were just down there for our conclave. All right, so that's it, man. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us again, man. Eagles Talk is back on the map.
Dalvin Scott just got picked up by the Eagles. No, I'm joking.
Oh boy, don't play like that. Look, we're here from now until the Super Bowl parade. So don't miss a Thursday. And when the season starts, don't miss our pregame or postgame. But Eagles Talk is back until the Super Bowl parade, in which we will be coming down Broad Street along that, because that's what's going to happen at the end of this year. So you guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. We will see you guys next Thursday with more reports on the training camp and our Philadelphia Eagles. Till then, I'm out. Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him,